Riju Jhunjhunwala is with us. He's Vice Chairman of HEG Limited. Now, they have been in the news for their fundraise for the Bhilwara Energy project that they've talked about. In fact, the Singularity Growth Fund is going to invest 250 crores in this project. Let me go across to Mr. Jhunjhunwala just to first get a sense of this project. How much funds are you raising, and how does this tie into HEG Green's plan?
So good morning, Tamanna. Thank you for having me here. Firstly, my big thank you to Mr. Yash Kela and Madhu Kela for their trust in investing in us in the HEG Greentech. So as you know, I mean, we have our company HEG, which is into production of graphite electrodes, and that's the single largest graphite electrode plant of 100,000 tons per year. Last year, we took a decision to demerge that into two entities. So one would be HEG Limited, which would be just the graphite electrode company. And the other company would be called HEG Greentech, where Bhilwara Energy shares would be placed. So Bhilwara Energy today owns around 51% of or 300 megawatts worth of hydro assets. And in the new company, we are looking at all the new ventures which are to do with the new green energy space. So the fundraise that has been carried out is to basically unlock the value where you have a graphite company, which is a debt-free 100,000 tons company, completely shielded from the pluses and minuses of the new age businesses. And here in HEG Greentech, we would have Bhilwara Energy, which is a run-of-the-river plant having an EBITDA of around 150 crores for us every year. And then we are putting up the three new projects over here, one of which is already operational called RE+, where we are into energy storage solutions, and we are already implementing projects worth 500 crores. And then we are going to set up a high-tech graphite graphite powder unit, which would be used in as synthetic graphite powder, which will be used in lithium-ion batteries as anode, and that would be the first plant of its kind in India.
Okay, so just to clarify, what is the total quantum of funds that you are raising?
The total quantum of funds we are raising from Singularity is around 500 crores. In two tranches of 250 and 250 each.
No, for the Bhilwara project, how much will you need? Is the 500 crores it, or is there a further fundraise?
So we have 750 crores cash lying in HEG, which is already going to be used for the existing projects. Then we have 300 crores lying in Bhilwara Energy, which will be used for the equity funding, and 125 crores of EBITDA coming in every year. And then on top of this fundraise of 500 crores, which would allow us to implement projects of more than 3,000 to 3,500 crores, and also look at other aligned opportunities as they come.
Mr. Jhunjhunwala, good morning, Neeraj here. So just a step back, the cash lying in HEG will also be used for Bhilwara Energy. Or the new energy entity will also be used for that.
Correct.
Right? So does HEG, the listed entity, continue to own majority stake, or will you separate it as a separate entity, and will there be a mirror shareholding? Could you tell us a bit about that?
So HEG would be split into two companies, a mirror shareholding, like you said, 1:1. And then in the new company, the promoters will bring in their share of 51% of Bhilwara Energy. So today the promoters hold 55% in HEG. And in the new company, we will own around 70% because we are bringing in the 51% of Bhilwara Energy. And then with the new investors coming in, when the stock, when everything is done, the 500 crores is in, the promoters will be sitting with 60% equity in the new company. And all other shareholders will have a similar mirror shareholding as HEG.
Just to get the numbers straight, for now, every shareholder of HEG will get one share of the resultant power company, which is splitted, right? Which is split. And
correct.
Okay, and post the fundraise that comes in from Singularity, what is the valuation at which this fundraise is being done? I heard you say 500 crores for 10% stake.
So the valuation is around 3,600 crores, around about that pre-money valuation for the new company.
Okay, okay, fair call. Okay, good to get that going. Now, just tell us a bit about this new entity, because I heard you say that you will use graphite anode powder or something like that. Now, is this something that is flowing in from HEG's operations in any fashion whatsoever, or is this completely differentiated?
So I'll quickly just tell you, I mean, in a lithium-ion battery, you have the cathode and the anode. Anode is a high-grade graphite powder, which is mixed with silicon, and you can do a lot of innovations in it, which we are already doing. But there, of course, the raw material that we use in HEG is the same. And the main process, which is how to convert the carbon into graphite, which takes you into temperatures of 3,000 degrees. That is the main, kind of differentiator in technology between us and anyone else who wants to put it. So we have a huge advantage over there as far as technology is concerned. I mean, not everyone can put up the plant, even if they had the money to do so.
Mr. Jhunjhunwala, I just want to go back to this HEG Greentech value unlocking plan, because it includes a demerger, a merger, and then a separate listing, if I'm not mistaken. What is the timeline for this that you're saying?
The timeline for this, we've already applied to SEBI and all for clearance, and we expect by December the new company to be formed, and by January listing. Maximum, I'm giving you outer timelines. I mean, December to January would be the outer timelines for the listing of the new entity.
Okay.
Which will be a kind of mirror shareholding of the current HEG. So every HEG shareholder today would get a share of HEG Graphite and HEG Greentech almost in the same ratio.
Okay, so so there will be three companies finally. HEG,
two companies, HEG Greentech and HEG
graphite
Limited.
and okay. And just to understand in simple terms, what would be the differentiation of the two in terms of opportunity, strategy? What are the two doing very differently?
So HEG Graphite continues to focus as a graphite electrode player. Over there, we are seeing a lot of traction. The whole world is moving from to electric arc furnace steel. And we have the single largest plant, which is debt-free. And so that will continue to focus only on graphite electrodes for the electric arc steel furnace. And the new company will have 4 different operations in it. One would be the running hydro plant. The second would be the energy storage plant, which we have already existing in Pune, which is 1 gigawatt, and we are taking it up to 6 gigawatt by the end of the year. Then we are putting up this 1,800 crore anode project for lithium-ion batteries, because as and when they start getting manufactured in India, you will need a lot of graphite powder, which today only is made in China. And our fourth business over there would be bottle-to-bottle recycling. So the plastic PET bottles to be recycled back into plastic recycled bottles. So everything to do with energy transition and green would be part of the new company. And everything existing of the graphite electrode business, which has a lot of value in it, would remain in the graphite company itself.
What would be the size of opportunity for the green energy business, or everything to do with green as you described it, HEG Greentech? What would be the size of the opportunity?
On the table, we are already in the process of implementation of 3,000 crores worth of projects. We've got the equity already tied up, and we are tying up the debt. One project is coming up in Rajasthan. The other one would be coming up in Madhya Pradesh. These would be operational by 2026 end. And we expect, a healthy EBITDA of around about 4 digits by 2028-29.
4 digits.
4 digits. Yeah, I was just wondering, 4 digits by 2029.
We hope to touch that. We hope to touch that number.
Okay. And what is the capex? What is the total capex, if I say for
capex would be around 3,000 crores.
For Greentech?
For Greentech.
The cumulative capex you're seeing right now, because it's one company right now?
Yes, 1,800 crores for the graphite anode project, 700 crores for the bottle-to-bottle project,
Okay.
250 crores for the energy storage project, and 200 crores for the graphene project. which is also a very high-tech, a high-tech graphite-related product.
Mr. Jhunjhunwala, for the current HEG though, which is not into the green tech business, what is the outlook looking like?
So the outlook for that is obviously little muted right now because you're seeing a bit of slowdown in steel. But we remain amongst the lowest cost producers of graphite electrodes. So we are still in the green and we'll continue to remain in the green. And as soon as some kind of uptick happens, when you see these electric arc furnaces that are all coming up in USA and in India and everywhere now, I mean, all the blast furnaces are being changed to electric arc furnaces. HEG, in my opinion, should be the largest benefactor of that because we will be the lowest cost producer in the world for graphite electrodes.
But
So
I thought
in another 2 quarters, we hope to see some price uptake on this.
yeah, in fact, I was going to ask you that as the outlook, because you would be a lead indicator, right? Demand at your end would be the lead indicator. We hear of spreads in Europe moving up. German spends might increase steel demand. China stimulating a little bit. Indian demand looking okay. You reckon steel outlook, I heard you say it's muted. Is it for a very short term or is it unpredictable right now when the uptick will
It's for a
happen?
very short term. It's for a very short term right now because the last 9 months have been a little muted. But a lot of blast furnaces that you see across the world are actually changing into electric arc furnaces. And every electric arc furnace needs graphite electrode as the anode to actually melt the scrap. So as this transition keeps happening, the demand for graphite electrode will keep increasing. And interestingly, we are the only company who has made a capex in it of 1,200 crores in the last 2 years. And we stand at a great capacity with the best quality of 100,000 tons over there. So the investors in the HEG Graphite today are actually getting a debt-free graphite company at half the price and another green tech company with its own trajectory at a valuation of 3,600 crores. So
Noted.
that's the kind of value unlocking we are talking about.
Noted. Well, on a market cap of 7,680 crores currently. But interesting. All the best with all the plans, Mr. Jhunjhunwala. Thanks so much for taking the time out and speaking to us.